An orthodox mumming manner and strutting up and down. Sorry about that. Charlie seasoned his admiration. Admiration. Compton. Admiration. Compton. Season. 계절, 넣다, 양념하다. Is a criticism of the gentlest kind, for the touch of his Tasha's hand yet remained with him. And now, for your excuse to the others, she said. Where do you meet before you go to Mrs. Yobright? We thought of meeting here, miss. If you have nothing to say against it at 8 o'clock, so as to get there by 9. Yes, well, you of course must not appear. I will march. I will march in about 5 minutes late, ready dressed, and tell them that you can't come. I have decided that the best plan will be for you to be sent somewhere by me, to make a real thing of the excuse. To his croppers in the habit of straying into the mead. Stray, 제기를 벗어나다, 햇길로 새다. 바람피다, stray. 벗어나다, 길을 벗어나다, 바람피다, stray. mead, 벌꿀술. And tomorrow evening you can go and see if they are going there. I'll manage the rest. Now you may leave me. Yes, miss. But I think I'll have 1 minute more of what I'm owed, if you don't mind. Natasha gave him her hand as before. 1 minute, she said, and counted on till she reached 7 or 8 minutes. Hand and person, she then withdrew to a distance of several feet and recovered some of her old dignity. The contract completed. She raised between them a barrier impenetrable as a wall. Impenetrable. There, it's all gone, and I didn't mean quite all, he said, with a sigh. You had good measure, said she, turning away. Yes, miss, well, it's over, and now I'll get home alone. Through the moonlight. The next evening the mummers were assembled in the same spot, awaiting the entrance of the Turkish night, 20 minutes after 8, by the quiet woman, and Charlie not come. 10 minutes passed by Bloom's End. It was 10 minutes too, by Grandfather Cantor's watch, and it is 5 minutes past by the captain's clock. On Acton, there was no absolute hour of the day. The time at any moment was a number of varying doctrines professed. 교리, 신조, doctrine. profess, 주장하다, 공언하다. profess, 주장하다, 공언하다. By the different helmets, some of them having originally grown up from a common root, and then become divided by succession. 분리 독립. Succession. Some having been a lion, alien, 외계인, 이상한 거, 이질적인, alien, from the beginning. West Acton believed in Bloom's End time. East Acton in the time of the quiet woman in Grandfather Cantor's watch had numbered many followers in years gone by, but since he had grown older, faith was shaken. Thus, the murmurs having gathered hither from scattered points, each came with his own tenets on early and late. Tenet, 주의, 교리. And they waited a little longer as a compromise. As Tasha had watched the assemblage, 파모이, through the hole, and seeing that now was the proper moment to enter, she went from the linhay and boldly pulled the bobbin of the fuel house door. Her grandfather was safe at the quiet woman. Here's Charlie at last. How late you be, Charlie? It's not Charlie, said the Turkish knight from in his visor. 차양, visor. 차양. It's a cousin of Miss Bouillet, come to take Charlie's place from curiosity. He was obliged to go He was obliged to go and look for the heath croppers that have got into the meat. And I agreed to take his place, as he knew he couldn't come back here again tonight. I know the part as well as he. Her graceful gait, 걸음걸이 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 elegant figure, dignified manner, in general won the mummers to the opinion that they had gained by the exchange. If the newcomer were perfect in his part, it don't matter if he be not too young, said St. George. Nastasia's voice had sounded somewhat more juvenile and fruity than Charlie's. fruity, 부드럽고 밝은. I know every word of it, I tell you, said Nastasia decisively. Decisive. Decisive. Decisive, 결정적인. 결단력 있는, 결정적인. Decisive, 결단력 있는. Decisive. 단호한, 단호한. Decisive, 단호한. Decisive, 단호한. Decisive, 단호한. Decisive. That she, being all that was required to carry her triumphantly through. Triumphant. 승리를 거두는 의기양양한 triumphantly through. She adopted as much as was necessary. Go ahead, read. With a tryover. 해보다. I'll challenge any of you to find a mistake in me. The play was hastily rehearsed, whereupon the other mummers were delighted with the new night. They extinguished the candles. Swada the candles at 8:30. And set out upon the heath in the direction of Mrs. Gilbride's house at Broom's End. set out. 준비 좀 시작하다. 준비하다 시작하다. There was a slight hoar frost that night. Hoar frost, 흰살이. White frost, hoar frost, 흰살이. The night. And the moon, though not more than half full, threw us pretty and enticing. enticing, 유혹하는, 매력 있는, enticing, 유혹하는, enticing, 매력적인. Brightness upon the fantastic figures of the mumming band, whose plumes plume 기둥. 플룸 기둥, 깃털 단지. 플룸 기둥, 깃털, 플룸. Ribbons rustled in their walk like autumn leaves. rustle, 바스락거리다. rustle. Their path was not over rainbow now, but down a valley which left that ancient elevation. A little to the east, the bottom of the vale was green. To a width of 10 yards or thereabouts. Width. Width. 폭, 너비. Or thereabouts, and the shining fuss facet, 측면, 양상. facet, 측면, 양상. facet of frost upon the blades of grass seemed to move on with the shadows of those they surrounded. The masses of furs and heath to the right and left were dark as ever. A mere half-moon was powerless to silver such saber features as theirs. Save 흑담비. Save 흑담비. Half an hour of walking and talking brought them to the spot in the valley where the grass widened. Reband, reborn. Reband is reborn. Reband is reborn. Widened. Widen. 넓히다. Widened. 넓히다. Widen. Widened. 넓히다. Widened. And led down to the front of the house. At sight of the place is Tasha, who had felt a few passing doubts during her walk with the youths. Walk with the youths. Walk with the youths. Again, was glad that the adventure had been undertaken. Undertake, 착수하다, 약속하다. 착수하다, undertake, 착수하다. Undertake, 착수하다. She had come out to see a man who might possibly have the power to deliver her soul from a most deadly oppression. Oppression, 탄압, oppress, 탄압하다. What was really interesting, but inadequate. inadequate, 부족한, inadequate, 부족당한, inadequate. Perhaps she would see a sufficient hero tonight. As they drew nearer to the front of the house, the mummers became aware that music and dancing were briskly flourishing within. Flourish. Brisk. 빠른. Brisk. 빠른. Brisk. 빠른. Flourish. 번창하다. Every now and then, a long, low note from the serpent. 큰 뱀. serpent, 뱀. serpent. Which was the chief wind instrument played at these times. advanced further into the heath than the thin travel part. treble, 최고 음역. 3배가 되다. 3연승. and reached their ears alone, and next more than usual loud tread, 밟다, tread, 밟다, 발소리, tread, 밟다. From a dancer would come the same way, with nearer approach is fragmentary. fragment, 조각, 선선구수다. fragmentary, 단편적인, 부분적인, fragmentary, 단편적인, 부분적인, 단편적인, 부분적인, fragmentary. sound became pieced together and were found to be the silent points of the tune called Nancy's Fancy. He was there, of course. Who was she that he danced with? Perhaps some unknown woman far beneath herself in culture. Was by the most subtle of rulers, sealing his fate this very instant. Lure, 욕하다, 욕, lure, 욕하다, 욕. Lure, sealing his fate. 딜링, 바다 표범 사냥, 물개 사냥. To dance with a man is to concentrate a 12-month regulation. Fire upon him in the fragment of an hour. fragment. 조각 또는 조각으로 쓰다. fragment of an hour. To pass to courtship without acquaintance. courtship, 교제, courtship, 교제, 또는 구애, courtship. courtship, 교제 또는 구애. Without acquaintance. To pass to marriage without courtship is a skipping of terms reserved for those alone who tread this royal road. tread, 밟다, tread, 밟다. 밟다, 발소리. tread this royal road. She would see how his heart lay by keen observation of them all. Serve, 목격 관찰 또는 축하하다, 기념하다, observe, 축하하다, 기념하다, observe. The enterprising lady, enterprising. Enterprising, 진취력 있는. Lady followed the moving company through the gate in the white paling. 말뚝, and stood before the open porch. The house was encrusted. 왜 필요 덥다. encrusted, 필요 덥다. with heavy thatching. 지붕, thatch, roof. 집, 초가지붕, thatch, 집, 밀집. Which dropped between the upper windows, the front upon which the moonbeams directly preyed, had originally been white, but the hues now darkened the greater portion. It became evident that the dance was proceeding immediately within the surface of the door. No apartment intervening. 개입하다, 끼어들다, intervening. The brushing of skirts and elbows. Sometimes the bumping of shoulders could be heard against the very panels. 판. 참석자. though living within 2 miles of the place, had never seen the interior of this quaint old habitation. 신기한, 신기한. Or the habitation. Between Captain Bria and the Everest, there had never existed much acquaintance, the former having come as a stranger and purchased the long empty house at Mistover Knapp, not long before the death of Mrs. Everest's husband. And with that event and the departure of her son, such a friendship as had grown up became quite broken off. Break off, 분리되다, 갈라지다. 중단, break off, 해약하다, 파약하다. 중단하다, 분리하다. broken off, 중단된. Is there no passage inside the door, then? Asked Estisha, as they stood within the porch. No, said the lad, who played the saracen. The door opens right, from the sitting room, where the spree's going on. spree, 흥청망청, spree. sitting room question, living room question. So that we cannot open the door without stopping the dance. That's it. Here we must abide till they have done. For they always bolt the back door after dark. They won't be much longer. They won't be much longer, said Father Christmas. This assertion 주장, assert, 주장하다. assert, 주장하다, assertion, 주장. However, was hardly borne out. borne, 좁은 편협한, borne out by the event. Again the instruments ended the tune. Again they recommenced 재개하다. Recommenced with as much fire and pathos 연민의 힘, 연민을 자아내는 힘, pathos, 연민을 일으키다, pathos, as if it was the first strain, 부담, strain, 잡아당기다, strain, 부담, 잡아당기다, 또는 부담, strain. The air was now that one without any particular beginning, middle, or end, which perhaps among all the dances which throng uninspired, fiddler's fancy. Throng, 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 impa, throng, fiddler, 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 바이올린 연주자, fiddler, 바이올린 연주자, fiddler. Best conveys the idea of the interminable. Convey, convey, convey. 전달하다, convey. 운송하다, 운송하다, 전달하다, convey. conveys, 운송하다, 전달하다. The idea of the interminable, 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 interminable. 끝없이 계속되는 interminable, interminable, interminable. 끝없이 계속되는 interminable. The celebrated Devil's Dream, the fury of personal movement that was kindled by the fury of the notes, could be approximately imagined by these outsiders under the moon from the occasional kicks of toes and heels against the door. Whenever the whole round had been of more than customary velocity. velocity, velocity, 속도, velocity. The first 5 minutes of listening was interesting enough to the mummers. The 5 minutes extended to 10 minutes and is to a quarter of an hour, but no signs of it ceasing. cease, 중단하다. cease, 중단하다. cease, ceasing, cease, 중단하다. Audible in the lively dream. audible, 잘 들리는. audible, 잘 들리는. audible, audible, 잘 들리는. audible, audible, 잘 들리는. In the lively dream, the bumping against the door, the laughter, the stamping were 쿵쾅거리다, 구르다, were all as vigorous as ever, and the pleasure in being outside lessened considerably. Why does Mrs. Everett give parties of this sort? Natasha asked, a little surprised to hear merriment so pronounced. Merriment, 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 so pronounced. It's not one of her bettermost parlor parties. Bettermost. Bettermost. 최고. Bettermost. Parlor. Parlor. 거실. Parlor. 거실. Parlor. 거실. Parlor. 거실. She's asked the plain neighbors and work people without drawing any lines, just to give them a good supper and such like her son, and she wait upon the folks. I see, said Estasia. 알았다. 알겠어, 그렇군. It's the last train, I think, said St. George, with his ear to the panel. 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 판 또는 참석자. Panel. A young man and woman have just swung into this corner, and he's saying to her, "Ah, the pity! It's over for us this time, my own. Thank God." That the Turkish knife stamping and talking from the wall, the conventional rants. That each of the mummers carried, her boots being thinner than those of the young man, the whore had damped. Whore. Whore. The whore had damped her feet and made them cold. Upon my song, it's another 10 minutes for us, said the valiant soldier. Valiant, 용맹한. Valiant, 용맹한. Looking through the keyhole as the tune moderated. 조절하다. Moderated into another without stopping. Grandpa Cantor is standing in this corner, waiting his turn. It won't be long. It's a six-handed rail. 빠른 춤 또는 실감는 실패. 릴로 감아올리다 싫어. Said the doctor. Why not going dancing or no? They sent for us, said the Saracen. Certainly not, said Eustacia authoritatively. Authoritatively. Authoritatively, as she paced smartly smartly up and down from door to gate to warm herself. She burst into the middle of them and stopped the dance, and that would be unmannerly, he thinks himself, somebody, because he has had a bit more schooling than me, said the doctor. He has had a bit more schooling than me. You may go to the deuce, said Tasha. Deuce. 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 이정짜리. Deuce. Deuce. What did you study? 도대체. Deuce. 도대체. Deuce. You may go to the deuce. There was a whispered conversation between 3 or 4 of them, and one turned to her. Will you tell us one thing? He said, not without gentleness. Be you Miss Vie? We think you must be. You may think what you write, said Tasha slowly. But honorable lads will not tell tales upon a lady. We will say nothing, miss. That's upon our honor. Thank you, she replied. At this moment, the fiddlers finished it off with a screech, and the serpent emits. Serpent pen. Emit. 내다 내뿜다. Emit. Emitted. Emitted. A last note that nearly lifted the roof when from the comparative quiet within comparative 비교적 quiet within, the mummers judged that the dancers had taken their seats. Father Christmas advanced, lifted the latch, and put his head inside the door. latch, curse.